It is 7:04. I will call the April 3rd meeting of the Amity City Council to order. Please rise and join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Tasha, will you take roll for us, please?
Councilor Bojorquez is absent. Councilor April Dyche. Present. Councilor Sandy McArthur.
Present.
Councilor Caleb Shields.
Here.
Councilor Alice Thompson.
Here.
Mayor Rachel.
Here. We'll start off this evening with the consent agenda. It has our budget versus actuals and minutes from the regular council meeting and the work session of March.
I move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please signify by saying no. Motion passes. We'll move on to citizen comments and questions. This is an opportunity to present items not on the regular agenda. Please state your name and address and limit your comments to 3 minutes. We'll start off with our community partner reports and invite up the Yamhill County Sheriff's Office, which I believe our deputy just had to step out because I just saw him. So we will move on to Dig.
Cherry trees and the sunshine, and it was really neat to have the eggplant too, I think, because this was just a packed here. I just, everybody just enjoying the day. So I think our Nashville Festival is getting better and better. We had fabulous show of art here, which was Amity Elementary and Middle School art classes, and it was very real and operates in the Andy Flats, as well as Bill's Earth and Wood building was an inaugural opening, and we had some vendors in there. And so it was like, well, we're not going to have an empty building in town, and maybe people didn't get it and had a little bit of a hard time finding it, but we had a hard time getting it together too. So I feel like, yeah, it was really nice. Thanks for the reports.
Yeah, it was a wonderful turnout. Please extend the council's thanks to everyone that was involved. I would say it more than doubled from last year. Just keeps getting bigger and better. And so thank you.
Yeah. And so anyway, I don't know exactly what next, but we did select out of all the art 10 pieces that we will reproduce in t-shirts or mugs or cards or something to perpetuate the festival like we have in the past. And 3 of them were from Fairfield, and then another 7 from Manview. And one of those was also the People's Choice Award. And we were successful in actually having a tech solution to put your phone to the thing, and then all the pictures pop up and you just set that one. And I was like, wow, really good. So anyway.
Yeah, just for a bit of detail, so the People's Choice Award was new this year and there was 117 votes total.
Nice.
So I know there was probably quadruple that passing through town, but I thought that was a really good turnout.
But they took the, they kind of saw that, I can go here and first time to do it. So yeah, it was fun. So
Very cool.
questions?
Any questions?
Or any ideas for next year? One of the things we did our judging a little bit later this year, and so then we ended up with a lot of ribbons that people had won from the daffodils, but they weren't here at the end of the day yet. And so Rachel and I called them, but in now to pick them up. Oh, we really want to do it all next year, so I think that's the way to kind of get the word out.
Great. Thank you.
I made 17 phone calls today and every single person was excited that they had won a ribbon.
That's
Cool.
awesome. Yay.
No one was disappointed. So. Thank you, Erin.
Thanks.
I will invite back up the Yamhill County Sheriff's Office. Hi, Deputy Samberdick.
So I have nothing really new. There is, I don't know if you've heard from Sergeant Lavish, but there's been some movement in our office, and he will at some point be going to be
No.
So I don't know if honestly the next month or two how it happens. So at some point we should have to start. But other than that, tomorrow, today, that we tomorrow, and that's the months.
Good, and we had the stats in the packet. Any questions from council?
Curious what suspicious means under the problem.
It can be anything.
Just
They call anything. There's a suspicious person walking out with cards. It could be if we check out the suspicious somebody in the car. I just want to check suspicious the cars like over parking lot Dollar General and taking there for an hour and 5 minutes. There's zero. Nothing. So
Yeah, I would just ask, please keep Nathan updated of any changes as they come in. I'm sure the sheriff's office will. But other than that, thank you. Keep up the good work. I said thank you and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I will ask for citizen comments or questions from the audience. Anyone have anything tonight? And do we have anyone online with a question or comment for council?
We do. Sounds like, are you guys able to hear me on Zoom if I talk into the mic? Are you unable to hear anything, or is it just the people standing at the podium? I'm not getting another answer in the chat.
I can hear you great right now. It's just earlier, very quiet.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Jim. So we have a few people on Zoom. I have a Jim Adkisson that raised his hand first and is here for. Jim, I assume you're here for public comment?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, great. Thank you. I have a little speech. How much time do I have?
What was that?
Sorry,
Well-
How much time?
3 minutes.
3 minutes,
All right,
please.
great. Thank you. I'd like to make the statement that I don't condone any violence against anyone for the color of their skin, their faith, or nationality. I hope that everyone can enjoy the right to live in a world free from violence. Every group has its strengths and weaknesses and should be proud to be unique in their own way. Asians, Hispanics, blacks, and whites all have a culture while different are equally valid. Pride in one's own race that does not imply contempt for other races is also a normal and healthy sentiment. I want to talk about the rise in violence against white people. It's not as hidden as it once was, and we're all seeing a spike in terror against people for the simple fact that they are white. I can't stay quiet any longer. Every day I scroll through X and YouTube to see countless videos of whites being stabbed, shot, and beaten by hordes of non-whites. I read news articles describing sexual assaults against our women and children. I read about stabbings in subways. I see videos of innocent whites being murdered day after day, and it has to end. I want things to peacefully be settled. It's not just happening occasionally, it's happening every day in our country. Just think about how white people feel seeing our people being abused, but we're called Nazis for demanding it to end. I'll take the label of Nazi if it means I love my people enough to stand against the genocide being perpetrated against us. For years, we've stayed quiet, letting the blood of our people be spilt without any opposition, but it must end now. We need an organization for whites to unite under to defend our people in future. One place you can learn more at is gtvflyers.com and watch Defiant by Devon Stack and Europa the Last Battle at gtvflyers.com. Diversity means fewer white people. Inclusion means excluding white people, and equity means stealing from white people. Why do we have DEI programs when the Supreme Court has ruled that the practices of favoring people over race is illegal discrimination? Why do non-whites get special housing programs? Why can non-whites get social safety nets but we get scraps? Are whites living in rural Appalachia struggling for food privilege? Are whites living in rural Appalachia struggling for food privileged? Is it a privilege to foot the bill to import those that hate our very existence? Is it a privilege for our children to be groomed by homosexual Jews? Is it privilege to be murdered in our own homes? We talk about progress in our diversified society, but is it progress to let two mentally ill men get married? Or for a woman to kill our unborn baby? Is it progress for a white woman to be a single mother for the rest of her life with multiple mud babies of different imprisoned black fathers? I don't think this is progress. Thank you.
You have
You can go to
1 minute left.
You can go to gtvflyers.com and learn more. There's so many great, interesting flyers on there that explain everything from slavery to the grooming of our children to gun control to the open borders is all at the fault of the Jews. Thank you.
Next comment, please.
I believe Dr. Zachary Orlando Graham was next.
Hello, City Council. My name is Zachary Orlando Graham, and I just wanted to speak on equity and, some social welfare programs that I think that we could institute. Just looking at kind of what's going on, I see programs like affirmative action that are practically harming whites at an overwhelming rate. And I find it reprehensible that we allow these racist policies to stay in place. We are currently not focusing on the citizens that are already in our country, but we are giving preference to those who are not from here. And I don't see how we can accept that as individuals of a civil society. I'm sure that you guys are aware of the homeless problem we are facing here in Oregon. And it is extremely it's disheartening to see that we are unable to help a lot of these individuals who may have drug problems. They may be the victims of racism or sexism. And I think that we need to have more programs to assist these individuals who are in hard times. Back in Weimar, Germany, for a lot of these undesirables, we would have summer camps. And at these summer camps, they would have lots of activities. They would have swimming pools, they would have theaters, lots of places for these people to go and stay. And I think that we should really look into opening up maybe some areas for these people to go to. The issue is that with mass immigration coming into our country, a lot of these are NGOs that are owned by one specific group, and these people become disenfranchised due to a lack of support. What I would like to amend is that I think that we really need to open
You have 1
up
minute,
the
sir.
chambers. Okay, thank you. I think that we need to open up maybe some camps for some of these individuals. When I was talking about the mass immigration, most of those NGOs that are they're Jewish that promote a lot of this mass immigration coming in here to take jobs away from white people. I'm curious how we allow one specific minority group to establish a monopoly on a lot of very interesting and important aspects of our society, including the media. And I think that what we need to do is I think we need to open up the gas chambers and gas the Jews, send the niggas
I'm
back to
gonna
Africa,
stop
hail
you
fucking
right
Hitler,
there,
white
sir.
fucking
Your
power.
comments are done for the evening. Next comment, please.
There's an Amir Rosenfeld.
Can they state their name and address? Aren't all citizen comments supposed to state their name and address? Yes.
Yeah, Amir, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Amir Rosenfeld, and none of the previous speakers needed to list their address. I find that discriminatory. May I go ahead? I
Please
would
go
like
ahead
just the
with your
same
comment.
standards as everyone else. I don't think that should be an issue.
You have 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you. Blacks are a cancer in the world. In the United States, they are 50 times
I'm
more
gonna
likely
stop
to
you
commit
right
an
there.
interracial
You
violent
have
attack
the
and
right
vice
to free
versa.
speech. I will not allow hate comments of
I'm
any
just
type.
going to be listing some statistics. On average, African Americans are a $750,000+ net drain on the tax system during a lifetime. Interracial rapes on
Can
white
you
women
mute it,
occur at
please?
20,000 to 1 ratio. Inverse is statistically 0 because nobody wants an African American woman. In jails, Africans count
At this time, I'm going to stop public comment.
90% of anal rapes. Blacks are 400 to
This is not
1,000%
appropriate for our
overrepresented
council
with
meeting.
STDs, including
I am
gonorrhea,
not
syphilis,
okay with
herpes, and
this type
HIV.
of hateful comment. You have the right to free speech. You do not
Gay
have the
African
right
Americans
to attack
amplify these
people.
STD rates by a. These are crime statistics and homosexuality and STD statistics.
I'm not sure that
Government
we're speaking to
websites.
an actual person.
Nigger, 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 nigger.